All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. My name is Joe, and I will be the handler for this operation. I am joined by my three friends. I'm joined by Dace, playing Benji.
Howdy.
That is Dace's preferred method of greeting as a cowboy.
Howdy.
Yeah, that's
no one else's.
I'm also
his.
No, just his is very unique.
Yeah.
I'm also joined by Brad, playing Hank.
Howdy.
You son of a bitch.
And I'm joined by Jean, playing Benedict.
Top of the morning to ya.
Okay, out of left field. I respect it.
That's it's got a different vibe to it. All right, and and I should I should also introduce myself again as and not only am I the handler, I'm also the one playing Axel Boomer, or is it Boomtown?
Boomtown.
Axel Boomtown Armstrong.
A real star of the show.
It's I don't know, like I know Brad, you listen to some like actual play podcasts and stuff in your free time, or you have. I don't know if you do have recently. I know for sure Dace does. Jean, do you ever listen to actual play podcasts? Is that a thing?
No.
So this is your only exposure.
This is it.
You poor bastard.
It's fine. Keeps my expectations real low.
Low. Really?
There we go.
Really starts them low.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, there is a common thing that's happened in a bunch of the other podcasts I listen to, is where an NPC who's created off the cuff really ends up kind of taking the show and kind of becomes a force of their own, just completely on accident. And I believe that's what we've got with Axel
Immediate
Boomtown Armstrong. So
Yeah, I like him. He's definitely coming back. Maybe this episode.
Well,
we don't know what will happen.
Who wants to play him?
No, you gotta
I don't
play
think
him.
any of us are qualified
It's
to
just
play
you,
him.
Joe.
He's your character.
This is your IP.
You nailed it.
All right.
Be careful what you
Boomtown.
create. You're beholden to what you create in the world.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Is Joe frozen for y'all?
Joe seems very frozen for us.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
frozen.
really?
Okay.
Oh, I'm not frozen for me. So
There is
Twitch
in the
stream
meantime, there's a actual play podcast. It's a really famous one, not another D&D podcast.
so good.
And very early in the campaign, they have something called the Deck of Many Things.
Yeah.
And one of the characters drew a card that essentially created this character out of nothingness. Like, he got a squire, and his name was Balnor, and the DM just had to invent this dude on the fly. And
But
he's just like this
Balnor,
50-year-old.
yeah, but it created this whole story, like this whole incredible saga around Balnor. Yeah, so and it's always fun to see an NPC that creates its own kind of story arc. I think, I don't know, I feel like we had something like that in Brad's Skystone campaign, didn't we?
Guy with the kebabs.
The kebab guy.
Ah, yeah.
God, I don't even remember his name. That's how important.
I don't even.
Of course there was Swoltron.
Swoltron. Forever.
Oof.
Hearts.
He was only
And
in the last
nightmares.
episode or two.
Arteries.
All right. Do you guys want to get back into it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
All
go shopping again.
right. No. It's a lot of book work, guys. All right. So we are back again in Las Vegas. Last time, the crew had talked to Marcus and has gotten him to run down some leads with Delta Green. You guys were very careful about Marcus getting there and making Delta Green aware of what's going on, and we're very careful with the information that was shared. But you were able to talk to him and get some things on going. Now, the other thing that you guys did is you continued to do some, you want to prepare. Like, it sounds like you guys are like, all right, we're going to put Marcus on this, and we're going to, so we can go into this house and see what's going on. But at the same time, you're like, so we got to make some contingency plans. So Hank was able to burn some bonds to get some, like a radio jammer to jam this DEA van in case you guys can't get rid of it. And the other thing that you guys did is, of course, went on a shopping spree. You're like, all right, we need to get some more weapons. We need to get some bigger, badder weapons. And of course, that's where Axel Boomtown Armstrong comes in. You guys went out in the desert with utilizing Benji's black market ties. We're able to make contact with Axel and his crew. And so you're able to get some homegrown explosive ordnance.
IEDs.
Homegrown being the key term there. Like other things, there are lots of things that are homegrown. You can homegrow tomatoes. You can homegrow terrorism as well.
Where are we going? Okay, that's where we're going.
So,
hey, what do you think Axel's demolition skill is?
Off
Good.
the charts.
I think it's
Off the
good.
charts.
I think it's really
Okay.
good. It was funny during the break. I was thinking about, like, man, how would you play Axel? And I had an idea that maybe Axel's actually like an ATF undercover person.
Okay.
And he's actually a good guy, which is just a way to spin it. I don't think he's a good guy. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are here. You guys make it back into town. And I'm going to say you guys make it back to your hotel rooms, to your lodging, when you meet, or when you get the call from Marcus. And you can put on speakerphone or whatever. He does, he's like, hey, it's me. Listen, I was able to get a hold of Delta Green. They're sending someone. They're sending someone from another cell. They need to talk to you guys. It sounds like they want to know. They want to get a debrief from you on what you know about what happened to V-Cell. But they were pretty insistent that they are straight up sending somebody.
And what kind of information do they have for us?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know. All I can say for sure. All I can say for sure is that when I mentioned that you guys have been activated erroneously, they were obviously upset. My contacts. That being said, they're very interested in what you guys know. From what I'm able to glean, it sounds like you guys are right. You are on the tail of V-Cell. They were assigned a case in Boston. This Vega and Victor and Venus, they went there to look into a rogue agent, and they didn't say, I didn't get anything beyond that, but I have a hinting suspicion that might be your Agent Exeter.
So you think it's just one rogue agent and not an entire ploy to infiltrate DG?
As far as I can tell. Yeah.
Do you
Maybe
know the
you
agent they're sending to us? How do we know we can trust him? Or her?
Well, that's actually what Joe's flipping through the book for right now. to find you something. But
Wait,
you'll
who
find
the hell is Joe? I
Don't
thought
worry
we were
about it.
using code names.
it is a code name.
Joe is Joe the guy who had the foil? Do you know the guy on the phone who had the foil and
the
he kept eating
phone
a
guy?
sandwich where we're trying to get shit and we're trying to do things?
Yeah,
you
I
know what
want
I'm
to talk to
talking
that
about?
asshole.
I want to punch him in the head.
Right in the nuts. I think that. Yeah, that all I know is they're sending to you is someone special, someone high up.
Should we be worried? Marcus, as a friend, should we be worried?
Fuck yeah, you should be worried.
No, but like, are you Jocelyn? Are you just
No,
Jocelyn?
no, I'm absolutely not jostling. It's
What are we worried about? Now I wasn't sure. Now I thought that was just an off the cuff thing that you say, but what are we worried about? Now I'm worried.
No, I actually am. I'm actually a little concerned too. I want to be there with you, if I
That's
can.
what I
just
was about to
because-
suggest. Is that you be here as well.
Just because I want to make sure that that you guys don't get real fucked here. And I mean, if you're going down, I'm going down too. So I mean, there's no way around it.
Oh, where are we
Where did
supposed
they
to
want to
up
meet
with
us?
this agent?
Yeah. Where would they like to meet?
I haven't heard yet. But when I find out, I'll send you the info. I was told to stand by. And keep in mind, guys, I tried to reach out to V-Cell, and when I did, I mean, there's no way for you guys to know this, and I mean, there's no, at this point, fuck, I don't even care. C-Cell. C-Cell is the intel and kind of operations planning. They handle everything. They're headed by Agent Charlotte. And I think it might be the lady herself. Might be on her way. I've heard legends, okay? Like scary shit.
Not good.
No, it's not. I don't know what you guys have actually stumbled into, but we need to be very, very careful about what we tell this person.
Maybe we're gonna get a raise.
Are you guys getting paid?
No.
Wait, you're not getting.
No, I'm not getting paid.
Well, that's awkward.
Stop bullshit.
Dang, man, I hate that for you.
Agent Charlotte.
You don't think there would be a plan to off us, do you?
Oh, if it is, it's not gonna be Agent Charlotte coming to get us.
No, and I mean that's a good point. I'm sure you guys have heard of the old 9mm retirement plan. That's but I think Matador's right. If they wouldn't be sending, surely they wouldn't be sending. They just send a hit squad. If they have people for this. This is not. It's not something that Agent Charlotte comes out for.
I'm less scared of this than I am of what we went through.
Yeah. All right, but listen, you guys get some rest. I'm gonna try. I'm too wired. I don't know. I'll keep your phone on, and I'll give you any updates. I don't know when I'm gonna hear something. Maybe by tomorrow. Maybe it might take longer than that. I don't know. So.
Yeah.
Well, we love you, Marcus. Good night.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. No, you hang up. Okay. So yeah, that is... Yeesh. Like, I think that you guys as agents have operated like a lot of Delta Green teams. I think you guys have operated in a lot of kind of insulation, that a lot of the Delta Green kind of interaction you have is always kind of through your handler. It's through Marcus. And now you're hearing this, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
At least
metagaming wise, I know like certain things about Delta Green are like canonical and set in stone, and I wonder if Agent Charlotte is like one of those things.
That's what it
That's
sounds
a constant
like.
throughout everybody's Delta Green campaigns. And if so, that's fucking awesome.
Sounds like it.
Quick
Joe's teasing
plug
us.
for Impossible Landscapes.
teasing us
That
by
wasn't
holding
that
the
wasn't
book
even
up for
possible
us.
landscapes. That was the actual handler's guide.
The core
This is the
one.
handler's guide.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So she's like a main character in the universe. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We might actually get some real questions
some
answered
answers.
for fucking once.
For once. All right. So yeah. So what are you guys gonna do? It's about midnight. That's when you agreed to have this call. So
Let's wait on her. I don't
What's
think we want to
tomorrow?
move on the house.
Tomorrow Wednesday, by any chance, was it Tuesday?
Monday,
Mars Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Cool.
Countdown.
Can't do that.
Should we get her a present? I feel like we should get her a present. What do you think she would like?
You guys did get some IDs.
I'm just. Do you think she'll like a flashbang? Wrapped up though.
Let's try to kill this
With
character.
the bow?
I just imagine like you like hand her like a shoebox with a bow on it. She opens it up and there's an IED. She just like looks down at the wires running, running off. What the?
Yeah, and a single flower.
I mean, at the
Yeah.
very
I was-
least, we could bring up some crab legs. You know,
At the very minimum.
Crab legs? Yeah. I was thinking like a fruit basket, but no, explosives, that's good too.
What are you guys actually doing now?
I think we need to read the room when she arrives. I don't know if we should presume, and this is coming from me, Benedict. I think we should sleep or recover right now.
yeah. Let's sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Those of you with HP damage, go ahead and roll that Constitution check. Tell me if you pass.
Success for Hank.
Successful, Benedict.
Go ahead and take 1 hit point back. What does that put you guys at?
I'm almost fully recovered. I got 13 out of 15.
I'm 10 out of 13.
Okay, you guys are doing good. All right, anyone with willpower damage? I'm sorry, Benji.
Benji.
Here we go.
Benji is addicted to pills, but that's not a problem because he's going to use them anyway. But here's the question. Here's the question that I'm going to pose to the rest of you. When Benji was mixing his poisons, when he was drinking and using pills to try to sleep, he was getting a 40% bonus for combining the poisons, for mixing his poisons, right? And the danger was, the drawback was that he might become addicted. But now he is addicted. And having worked in some substance abuse treatment myself, I know that most addicts are pretty tolerant to their drug of choice, that it doesn't really give them the same buzz it used to. I'm thinking that maybe Benji doesn't get that 40% anymore. I think he gets 20. What do you guys think?
Unless he mixes some codeine in, then he could get the normal amount. Or something like that.
What a fucking
Surely-
cocktail.
Just to play devil's advocate here, this is after a day or two. I don't think he'd become... I'm gonna be that buzzkill guy and say, no, it's been a day or two. He's still gonna get those benefits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't happen overnight.
you're right. You're right, it doesn't. Okay, fine.
Well, he got addicted overnight.
So,
so,
I don't wanna...
Lawyered.
so I mean,
All right.
Also
so,
want to stay in my lane here, Joe. You know, this respect.
Yeah, why don't you stay in your lane when you're not the
I
handler?
gotta...
handler to handler.
All right, let's have a chat. Handler to handler.
So for
Why I
Benji,
get authority.
So for Benji, go ahead and roll sanity roll plus 40 to attempt to sleep tonight.
Sanity plus 40.
Let me know what you get.
And plus 40. Success. 67 under
Whatever that is. Yeah.
7. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So all of you can now roll a d6 and get that much willpower back.
I'm already at the max.
I don't even need it.
If you're already maxed out, that's fine.
2.
And then also make sure to go ahead and hit your button to roll all of your skills that you failed. You have been checking all of your failed skills, right?
I don't think I failed any in recent.
We were rolling hot last session.
You guys were. Okay. So you guys wake up in the morning. Are you guys just gonna kind of wait around?
I think that's all we can do. There's not any like housekeeping we need to do, is there? We got almost everything we need. Our main objective is get a hold of this girl.
We're going to get a delivery today, aren't we?
You think later in the evening.
Should we get a van?
We could go to the... Oh, yeah, we need a van.
Let's go pick up a van.
Yeah, that'd be a good use of the time. It's not gonna... It's an incidental... To rent a van is an incidental expense unless you want to try to obfuscate that it's you, basically.
Yes, let's do that.
All right. If you're going to do that, then give me... Because you have credentials and stuff like that, because you already have kind of like fake IDs, then go ahead and give me probably a charisma. I give a charisma plus 20.
That's Benedict.
For Benedict.
Yeah, it's Benedict.
Critical success.
Hell yes.
Okay, not only do you get a van, you also get some free air fresheners for it. So
Wow.
Air fresheners. What?
okay,
There's
you think
Some flashbangs left in the car, surely.
Okay, so here's
And
what
this
I'm
thing
gonna
at
say.
least be
You think-
4-wheel drive. Let's get.
It's a good van. It's in great shape. You think that you did such a good job at kind of conniving your way through. You think that if you never bring this van back, you think there's no way they're going to be able to connect it to you.
Excellent.
We'll just road trip back to Boston now.
Oh,
We're not even flying.
Yes.
trip.
Yes.
That is so good. You know who you can call up to?
oh, we're calling
You know-
Axel.
You got to call
Oh, he's
Axel
coming
up for the
with-
road trip.
Axel's coming
Convoy, baby.
Convoy. All right, you
Mad
guys.
Max,
Yeah. Oh,
with. Writing down free van on my list here.
free van, totally free. All right, you guys are able to, you give them like a fake FBI name and like, oh yeah, the FBI is good for this, blah blah blah. And you basically just leave, and you think it's probably going to be a week or two before they like report it stolen. So it's like you're basically like you guys are good. You think you're good to go. You think this van is pretty much yours now, your van.
Benedict's out at the back before he gets in, and he's there with a lighter, and he just burns the contract. Both copies. Stares at
You,
it falling to the ground.
You guys head out. About the middle of the day, you guys get a call from Marcus. He's like, "All right, hey, they got a contact. We need to meet out at the airport."
Okay.
That's,
The
that's
air-
all yeah. That's
Do you need
So-
a ride?
no, I'm good, thanks. Unless you've got like a free van or something, then I
I
maybe.
happen to. Do you have free cake? I'll bring my free van. You got free
I've
cake?
I've got cake.
We got.
You got a cake? Yeah. He's got a cake. Yeah.
Got a cake guy. All right, you guys head out. You guys meet. Well, I'm going to give you this opportunity. Marcus asked you. He's like, "Do we want to get our story straight before we talk to Agent Charlotte? Do you guys want to
Good
meet
point.
up near the airport?"
Yeah. Do we want to tell them everything now?
Well, you didn't tell me everything.
True. I personally want some info from them before we give them any info we have. I think we have the upper hand, especially sending down someone so important.
I don't, guys. I don't know. I mean, what you're basically saying is that you have an upper hand on the people who fucking own you, who know everything about you, and everyone.
They obviously
Nobody
don't.
on me, brother. I'm kind of a free spirit.
Yeah.
He's been hanging out with a biker.
Sort of a
Don't worry about him.
troubadour.
He's got a. He's got,
Got a
new-
whole new lease on life, brother. And now we got a van. Ain't nothing stopping us.
And
We've
Ben
been
just
all
got like
night.
a red bandana now.
You can basically live
Yeah.
down by the river forever.
This is what I'm saying, Marcus. We are owed something. Now they might know a lot, but they don't. They still need something from us. Otherwise, they wouldn't be meeting us in person. So let's play it by ear. I'm not saying we just spill our beans right away or anything like that.
What I think we should do is I think you guys should be very... I'm going to let you guys do the talking, okay? I don't think... It seems to me that they're most interested in what happened to V-Cell, okay? That's what it seems like to me, okay? Like, that's when the wheels got turning on Agent Charlotte coming, is when they mentioned V-Cell. They want to know what you know about what happened to V-Cell.
Yeah, we could tell them an awful lot about Vega. That's for sure.
I mean, but again, you know, you tell them as much or as little about the nature of the unnatural or whatever it is you run into. That's up to you guys. I wouldn't tell. Honestly, if you know that Vega is... I mean, they asked me, they're like, you know, do you know where... They asked me if I knew where Vega was. I told them, no, I don't fucking know. If you know where he is, I mean, maybe that's leverage for you. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that I don't know if I tell them anything. If there's an unnatural threat here, maybe just leave it at that and tell them that you're handling it.
We know something better. We know where he's going to be.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Fucking done. Not worrying about it. Jesus. And he pulls out a cigarette and starts. All right. And like you guys probably having this conversation like in the parking garage at the airport.
Yeah, maybe
Benji would like,
little huddle.
if it's possible, can we get to the meeting location early?
That's what we did.
Benji wants to bring an IED. Well, no, we met up outside the airport. I want to go to the actual meeting spot early so I can set up an IED under the table.
What the fuck?
Are you going to say this to Marcus?
No.
All right, you
want to set up an
tells you
IED under the table at an airport.
Just in
all of
case.
us there.
You don't know what's going to happen.
All right, so here's what he's going to tell you. He's like, all right, well, the problem
I don't want
is
an
we're supposed to...
IED. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Airport. That's fine.
Well,
fine.
Marcus is going to tell you, he's like, well, we're supposed to meet her at the private hangars. I think she's flying in on a smaller jet. I don't know if we're going to be searched on the way in. I mean, it is the private hangars section, so I don't know.
Will there be a Kill Bill style Tarantino table situation that we're getting into, which may call for an IED underneath it?
Like an Operation Valkyrie kind of thing.
Yeah. We can set one up. I think I got a little.
I mean,
metal
you
table
could
in the
always
back of the
take
sweet
one.
van.
I guess you could always just take it in a backpack or something and just see what happens. Are we going to go in your van? Is that the idea?
Yeah. What's
Okay.
wrong with my van?
No, your van's great.
Damn right it is.
All right. Do you guys have any
before
other
we go-
questions or anything else?
I think, an aside, like we need to talk amongst ourselves and
Earmuffs, Marcus.
Without-
Earmuffs.
earmuffs, Marcus.
Earmuffs. Marcus takes a walk around the parking structure and chain smokes.
So we've got a lot of balls to juggle here, and I think there are also there is a real risk from Delta Green, even though I'm less scared of them than I am of what the hell we've encountered. If they don't think we're adhering to the rules, they could decide to end our tenure. We have to be careful. We still
Oh,
have to be
is that what
cagey.
Marcus is kind of talking about?
think
Like,
that's what he's
don't
alluding
tell them
towards.
anything you've been in contact with the supernatural because then you're a
Exactly.
liability type shit. Okay.
Exactly. So
I was trying to
we
figure
may
out
need
that.
We may need to still warn them that somebody's trying to impersonate them or go under the guise of Delta Green or something like that to intimate that they are also at risk and that we're still an asset to them.
So we ain't talking about the investigation. We're just talking about how we was
Well, our trump
Activated.
card. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of this is going to have to be played by the ear, fellas. I feel like. Okay, I now see
Let's
the
just be more
importance of
responsive.
not. I now see the importance of not saying maybe everything we've seen to them, in case we seem like a liability. But our trump card should be, if they really want to know what happened to V-Cell, we do know where he is right now, or is going to be. He's going to be on the ninth floor somewhere. Vega is, at least.
Yeah, but how do we tell them that without telling them about the night floors?
That's what I'm saying. That should be our trump card if there's really something we need to know from them. Maybe give up that information in exchange for something.
Yeah, so maybe let's try and get as much information about V-Cell as possible. See what they were up to. Was V-Cell also through the painting? Was that a separate? Were they also in that room?
Yeah, no, we saw Barbas.
Elias
swim in.
Barbas.
Barbas was
Swim in.
swimming there, but they were V-Cell
In the
was
hotel.
in room 616.
Was
in the
in
hotel.
616, yes. And keep
Let's
in mind,
figure out what they were doing there.
you also did witness, there was, I can't remember which of you, one of you witnessed a strange apparition of a woman who appeared to have had part of her face blown off.
Yeah.
I think Hank saw that and fucking mannequin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we assume they were in there because we found all their shit, but in the same breath, we also just witnessed our fucking shit drop from nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know,
True.
our
So
information
our-
we gather.
our objective needs to be to find out what V-Cell was up to, try and extract that information from Agent Charlotte, and if we can help them, we'll try and help them. And
Let's
aside from
bring
that,
them.
we tell them very little.
Yeah, but let's bring the evidence, V-Cell's evidence, with us.
Do we have that?
Yeah,
You left
yeah, we took that.
pretty much
didn't
everything
take-
back in the room. You
Oh,
left the
we didn't-
file and a lot of it back in there, and you were specifically like, we don't want this to get out.
Okay, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. All right. Well, we don't have that.
Okay.
We also
Marcus,
might
go
want
ahead.
to ask them for some experts, just in terms of resources. If Delta Green is a resource for us, we need some experts on, I want to say, entomology, and some playwrights, and some...
Delta Green
Help
with its
me out here,
web of
guys.
playwrights.
Yeah. Let's. If we can request David Mamet. Is that how you pronounce Mamet? David Mamet.
David Mamet.
Gotta play it. It would be really interesting to David Mamet here.
We also have some music. We'll just play it by ear. We could maybe ask about Dr. Dallin and the Dorchester. That might be something we want to pursue, but let's also play that by ear. Okay, huddle, and we put in our hands. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Arm under the
11.
table.
All right.
I mean,
Marcus,
team.
Marcus makes it back around. He's like, all right, we ready?
As ready as we're ever going to be.
Let's do it. Yeehaw.
All right, you guys load up in the van. You drive. You leave the parking structure and make it to the private entrance for like the private hangars for Harry Reid International Airport. There's a small area that has private jets and that kind of thing. You get to the gate and and they look under your car and they're about to ask you to open the back of the van so they can look in, and Marcus pipes up and goes, hey, actually we're here to meet a friend of mine. We're meeting her at hangar 2B, and we really need to get a move on. And these two security guards, just like airport security guards, they kind of look at each other, and one of them just they have that mirror thing that they're looking underneath the van with, like the mirror on the stick. And the guy just puts that away and just says, you guys are good. Go ahead. And, and that, as you guys the chain link fence gate slides to the side. And as you guys are driving through, Marcus is like, Ooh, I don't like that at all. That's, you get the feeling that the situation has already been set. You guys arrive at Hangar 2B, and right as you're pulling up, there's some airport workers who, you pull up there, and they kind of wave you into the hangar. They're like, and as you go in, and it's not long before you see a Learjet, or one of those private jets, touch down, and see it kind of skirt to a halt down the strip, and then taxi back in front of you, and it pulls all the way up into the hangar. It's this huge private hangar. It pulls all the way up in the hangar with your van, and then some workers get out, and they begin they chalk up the wheels where it's not going to move, and the engine's power down, and they close these big hangar doors, and you guys are just sitting there expectantly, it's quiet, and then all of these airport workers leave. They all, the guys with their bright yellow vests and stuff, they all just leave the hangar. And as you guys are sitting here, and after a minute, the door opens, and the little stairs kind of come down, and you see a man come out. He's wearing a white polo shirt. He's a blonde guy, looks to be in his 30s, and he's gigantic. It's just a brick shithouse of a man, and he is holding in his hands an MP5.
Wow.
And he walks up to you guys. You see he has an earpiece in his ear. He walks up to you guys, and you see two more giant dudes get out behind him. And he kind of looks you guys over. He says, "No wires? Gonna need to pat you down."
Just laughs at the guy.
Hank allows him to pat us down.
Dead serious. He pats you down. He sees you've got a gun and stuff like that, and he doesn't seem bothered by it. Seems to be very much worried about wires. And they just look him down. He nods, and you see he nods back toward the aircraft, and then out from the aircraft comes a woman. This black woman. She has her hair back in tight braids. She's wearing a blazer. A smart-looking blazer, but instead of wearing heels, she's wearing not athletic shoes, but she looks to be very, very active, very fit. She looks to be maybe 40, 50. It's kind of hard to peg. And she's walking out, and she has a file in her hands. She walks out, and and she nods to the men who are all armed, and she says, Gentlemen, great to meet you. Charlotte. And she holds out her hand to whoever is kind of leading the charge. If none of you jump at it, Marcus will take
Hank.
it.
Hank says, Asia Molasses.
Molasses. Let's see. And she turns to the other. She's and she just turns and she addresses Benji. Micha and Matador.
Yeah, as in pleased to.
Oh, good joke. Nice.
He likes saying that. It's a little lightens the mood, we think, in
Cuts
times.
the ice, doesn't it?
Little icebreaker there.
All right, and Marcus. Okay, and she opens a file. She opens this file and looks down at it real quick. Says, "All right, gentlemen, I am on a tight schedule, so I've got a few questions here. I need you to brief me on what you know about the current whereabouts, or anything you know about the disappearance of V-Cell, of Victor, Vega, and Venus, when you're ready." She seems to be very expectant that you guys are going to open up and spill it.
Well, I think we have concerns, with all due respect, ma'am. We're thinking there's an incursion type situation, and V-Cell, we honestly need to be open about both of our information, and we need to be a little bit more brought into the loop for the sake of what we're trying to deal with, which you may or may not want to know about.
She holds her hands in front of her with the file folder in it. She's kind of looking at you really hard. She's really squaring you up. And she's like, You know, Agent Matador, these kind of things are typically you share your intel with the organization, and then you let the organization and the hands and fingers of C-Cell decide who needs to know what. That is C-Cell's prerogative, after all.
Understood, but you have to forgive us, seeing as though we've been brought out here by a group which impersonated the program. So we're a bit
Excuse
jumpy
me?
ourselves.
I'm sorry. Someone's impersonating Delta Green?
We got brought back into the fold after 20 years by somebody we believe is not affiliated with the program.
She turns and looks at Marcus, and he's like, it wasn't me. She's like, who was this?
He went by the alias Exeter, Mosby, a doctor.
Wait.
Barbus, that's what you mean.
Barbus, sorry.
Barbus.
Mosby's someone else. We don't want to talk about him right now.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
pretend
pretend
that name.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't mention Mosey. And she says, "Yes. All right. I think I see what's going on here. Yes. V-Cell was sent to investigate Agent Barbus. Barbus, or Agent Exeter, as he might also be known, was previously a part of E-Team, or E-Cell. They are, he was the last remaining member of the old E-Cell. He was sent in to, he was sent to look into some things, after which we lost contact with them, and we were concerned that Agent Exeter had been turned or corrupted. We did not know if he had come into contact with something unnatural that had gotten a hold of him,
Yes.
or if that he had been turned by another agency, foreign or domestic.
What happened to the rest of ESO? Why is he the last?
Did you meet Exeter?
Oh, hell yeah, we did.
He's an older guy. His team over the years has atrophied. The cell has gone on many operations, and sometimes operations end in loss.
How old is he?
He was as old as he appeared to be. I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head. Like
Well,
in his
I think
60s.
I'm alluding towards the fact that we saw him in way back photos that
Yeah.
didn't seem to make sense for how old he was.
Well, you guys already know that's fucked up.
We can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, he was corrupted.
By an unnatural force.
Correct?
She kind of purses her lips and is tapping her foot, like not at you. She seems to be kind of mulling something over. She's like, "Is the unnatural threat that corrupted him contained?"
That's
That's a hard question to answer.
All three, and their feet.
I don't.
And she holds
it's
up a
not
hand. She holds up a hand. She's like, gentlemen, I understand. I understand the nature of this. I understand you're doing good work here, not wanting to spread unnecessary knowledge about what we're dealing with. Where is...
But
What happened? Is Agent Exeter contained? How about that? Can we start with that?
oh, yeah, he's contained as fuck.
Oh, has he been liquidated?
In a manner of speaking.
He will
the
not be
noise
a
coming from
problem
Benedict.
to anyone anymore. We could leave it at that.
Okay, that is good
think?
to know. And she opens the folder, and you can see her just strike through something with a pen, just like she's ticking something off a list. She's like, okay, that's good to know. All right, now, Vega, Venus, Victor. Do you know of their whereabouts?
Yes and no.
God. Look, more than anything, we need to know Vega has tripped up. Vega has gotten himself in trouble with some oversight, internal machinations inside the DEA, which just really does not involve us, but it's put him under a microscope, which has put Delta Green at risk. So we need to know where Agent Vega is so that we can manage the fallout for that.
I don't think he's going to be a problem. You can consider him dealt with.
Well, eventually he will be dealt with or without our intervention. But if I'm not, are you asking us to help out? This is we're confused, because if that's the case, we are very capable of, but we might need some information.
We need to know
help.
where Vega is. We need to debrief him, basically, and the rest of his team too. And if, as far as I can tell, Operation Mercy, which is V-Cell's mission, Operation Mercy looks to have been a bit of a flop. It sounds like what you're telling me is that these agents have failed at their mission. If they are to be found, they do need to be contained, liquidated if necessary, but it'd be better to have them debriefed by Delta Green itself to turn them in. If you are protecting them, I'm telling you, you're gonna be on the wrong side of this.
We are definitely
No,
not
we
doing
ain't
that,
protecting them.
madam. But to answer this question is more complicated than you might think. Perhaps it could help us both out if we put our knowledge together, and we might have more of the picture. Because several things. Are you aware of what's going on with Agent Vega's girlfriend or wife, spouse?
We know that the DEA is looking into her. We have a few feelers in that agency. Are you telling me that she's involved?
Yes. We have reason to believe that she was in cahoots with a Dr. Bobbis.
With Exeter?
Yes.
She opens that file and runs her finger down the paper. She's like, I'm not seeing anything here from the DEA or the FBI that indicates they had any connection to each other. We're very, very good at this. You're sure?
Positive.
She kind of like, snaps the folder shut. She says, okay, M-Cell, you have a new mission. You are now I am officially opening Operation Mercy 2. I want your team that's already here, located in Vegas, I want your team to look into any associations and investigate Philia Citri. Do you understand?
Yes, we do. And understood. But we have two other. I have some. Does Indian Moon mean anything to you?
Indian Moon. No, I don't think I've heard of that.
Okay.
What is that? She writes it down.
That was the operation that we were assigned, which may be a fabrication.
Sounds like a fabrication.
Okay. And are you all familiar with the Dorchester asylum.
Yes, the Dorchester Psychiatric Facility has served our organization for a long time.
Can we trust them to be cooperative with us?
Agent Exeter was sent to look into some... We had some interesting reports, some odd coincidences around the Dorchester. Dorchester is originally where Agent Exeter was sent to investigate, after which he went dark. He stopped responding, which is what led to Operation Mercy, where we sent V-Cell after him to determine what his situation was. Sounds like we were correct, unfortunately so.
Yeah.
We didn't see Venus in the Dorchester, did we? She wasn't one of the patients?
We don't know.
No,
You also don't
people
know what
that-
she looks like.
Yeah, we don't know who anyone looks like, but Vega, the two people that were missing from the Dorchester were actually patients there, and we don't know that they're what their cell name was, our code names were. I don't believe.
We also saw
Okay.
Thomas Beale and Ed Miller twice in the night floors, and they
Right.
believed they were in Chicago.
Yeah. And actually, to go back, you guys never saw Thomas Beale. You saw a different guy. That was just for continuity's sake. Originally in the night floors, you guys had seen a guy named Timothy Valader. That was a mistake we made in this season. That's my bad.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, it's just a difference.
Well, I think Hank has enough assurance that we are actually dealing with Delta Green right now.
This feels
Seems
right,
like it.
Are we one of the good guys again?
She kind of laughs. She's like, "Yeah, we're just guys. I don't know if we're good guys, but we're doing a good job. We're doing what has to be done."
That's
Gentlemen,
fair.
she looks down at her watch. She's like, "Gentlemen, we need to wrap this up."
Let me, just to be clear, what is it, Sophia? What do you want us to bring her in? Remove her?
I want you to investigate. I want you to investigate and see if you seem to believe that she has some type of connection to what happened to Vega. I want you to investigate, and I want you to report back through the normal channels. And she kind of nods towards Marcus.
Understood.
Is there anything else? I really need to get back.
I feel like this has
God,
been a productive session. We appreciate you coming down here. We know you're very busy, and we hope we can maintain the right chain of command this time. And if not, we will be reaching out again to reestablish the correct chain of command.
Yes, so, like I said, Operation Mercy 2. Investigate and determine what is going on with Vega, if his girlfriend has anything to do with it. Contain the unnatural. Do you understand?
Good.
Understood.
Understood.
I have a last
Now-
request.
Yes, Matador.
Could we get access to more information about Operation Mercy? For the sake of what we're doing, it's probably gonna de-risk us from any bad situations if we could get some more information on that.
I will give you everything we have.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
I also have a last request.
Yes, Micha.
Did you know Marcus wasn't getting paid?
Her eyes grow wide, and she's like, and she says through gritted teeth, "Yes, Micha, no one's getting paid, isn't that right?" And you guys look, and Marcus is like fiddling on his phone. He's like,
And not paying attention at the most important meeting of the last 20 years.
He's playing Snake.
Benji's just gonna
Just Game Boy
Benji's
out.
just gonna let that one go.
Yes. I will be keeping a very close eye on this, gentlemen. You need to know that. You need to know that, and she looks at Marcus. Agent Alphonse has taken a distinct interest in this.
Alphonse. Acel. They're like,
We're...
Who is Agent Alphonse? I'm not familiar with that one.
She just kind of smirks. She's like, it's all his game. And it's like, she's like, you should know the name of your boss. And she like turns around and gets up and goes up the stairs. And she shouts to Marcus. She's like, play this close to the chest, Marcus. I'm trusting you. And he just kind of shakes his head. You guys are all in there. The airport kind of personnel come back in. They open the doors. The plane gets pushed back on the tarmac, cranks up the engines, and zips off.
Is there any? Can I do a quick check for any like weirdness? Has there been any out of the ordinary things that we noticed while we were doing that?
It's a little bit late, but give me an alertness.
I was gonna say before she rolled off the tarmac, but those guys, they came out of nowhere. Success.
Around, you did notice that she had something. She had a strange symbol tattooed on the inside of both wrists. Which I don't know if you would. What's your cult?
60.
With that roll, you believe that she has, like, not Mediterranean, like Caribbean, like voodoo symbols of protection tattooed on the insides of her wrist.
Interesting.
Okay. But nothing out of the ordinary, no scary...
Besides that, like, it seems to be she's very important. She has at least 3 armed guys who hang out with her, you know? And they came strapped, you know, in this whole thing. And keep in mind, everything, you know, maybe the gravity of the whole situation, it really is dawning on you, like, this whole, like, the private hangar at the airport, like, the guards out front, this is all put together in less than 24 hours. You know, this is some scary stuff. And once you guys see the plane kind of get out of sight of the big doors, you hear Marcus kind of let out this deep breath, like he was holding his breath. He's like, oh God. And he kind of like wipes his brow. He's like, I mean, that went about as good as it could have gone, I guess. That was, you guys handled that really well.
What we do.
Oh, thanks, Marcus.
Alphonse.
Alphonse. No, I'm not Alphonse. You misread that.
Who's Alphonse? Is that not you?
No, I'm Agent
make
Marcus.
fun of your name.
No, Alphonse is the head of A-Cell.
Gotcha.
He's the top of the triangle.
Look, there was a lot
You know
of
anything
information.
about him?
No, I've only heard things.
Never met him?
No, I've never. I've met with some agents of A-Cell to get assignments, relay things back and forth, but no, I've had a little bit of work with B-Cell.
What is B-Cell's role? If A-Cell's in charge and C-Cell is in charge of organization, what's B-Cell do?
Logistics.
Boomtown.
Equipment. Boomtown.
Say no more.
B-Cell is logistics, and C is like the intel, operations planning, that kind of thing.
Let's just go through the entire alphabet and tell us what all of the cells
Okay,
do.
all right.
What comes after Z-Cell?
It's just those 3, and don't worry about what happens after Z.
But there's also a V-Cell.
Shut
I
up.
don't think you're being straight with us.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. All right, you guys load back up. And you head back to the parking structure where you met with Marcus. He's like, all right, all right. I mean, it looks like you guys have some work to do. At the Citry house, I think you were already doing that. Or,
Yes, I suppose that's the next stop.
You gonna hang around in Vegas, Marcus?
yeah, I'll stay local for a bit. I've got some PTO. I'm gonna burn. I'll hang out here. I might hit the slots. Like,
Nice.
but I'll be here for you guys to relay anything. I'm gonna make a quick roll here. Okay. He gets a message on his phone. He looks down at it, and he looks down at it and he kind of chuckles. He says, "Looks like your surveillance van isn't going to be a problem anymore."
Hell yeah. Did you kill him?
No, I didn't. But but listen, guys, I'm gonna leave you to it. Call me if you need it, okay?
Appreciate it.
And he
Love you.
Love you too. And he leaves.
Okay. What time of day is it?
By this time, it'll say it's probably like 3 o'clock.
Well, I feel pumped after that meeting. We should go
Yeah, it
get
was-
some good work done. Let's go.
Cool as hell. Let's fucking do it. Let's infiltrate a house.
Are you guys just gonna roll straight to the tree house?
Is it
I imagine
nighttime?
we
Is
wait
that
till
what we
cover
said?
it dark.
Yeah, dark.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any problem. You guys can definitely, wait a little bit, and go get some lunch and, kind of cool off and everything.
We go.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't need our jammers.
Why not?
Might need that jammer. Let's go collect that jammer. All
Okay.
the jammers.
Yeah, we'll say that you guys can wait around, and about probably 9 o'clock at night, that you guys are able to pick up this jammer from, a local, a federal law enforcement building. There's probably, an FBI, building, a post there. What are you laughing about, Days?
I think I've told this story before, but I used in Alaska. I worked with a guy who had an old ambulance, and he had a band, and they would play on top of it, and they called it the Jambulance.
Why did that come
So
up?
this is my petition to name our free van the Jambulance, because it's got a fucking jammer inside of it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, nice.
It's wordplay.
The Jambulance. All right, you guys load up. You
Whenever
guys
we get
the
into it, it's
jammer.
like the Batman thing, but it's DG logo.
The Jambulance. All right, you guys
Should
load
the-
up. You guys load up in the Jambulance under the cover of night, and you make your way to the Citry house. Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna
What's
we're
the-
gonna hang
I-
out here. And
I say we go full balaclava, all black.
Okay. I love
Definitely.
the enthusiasm, but let's use our directional microphone to do a bit of scouting.
I love the enthusiasm, but
We are now in a big old van. We pretty much replaced the previous van with a new van. Let's do some surveillance, classic surveillance. Did anybody bring some hamburgers?
I'm into it.
you guys have snacks.
You
guys are
some
old hat.
extra snow crab legs.
You guys are old hat at this point. You guys know what's up. So
Can we hear anything, any conversations, any looming mechanical machinery being ready, shifting?
well, as you guys pull up to the place, I'm gonna say that you guys see the place where the van had been previously, the surveillance van, and it's gone. You guys probably make a trip or two around the block, just to make sure that no one's hanging out. And yeah, and you see that.
Can we go talk to the neighbors?
Why don't you go talk to the neighbors? Because that worked so well last time.
Oh, we're not doing that again.
Bribe an old lady to come in for tea.
Right. That was one of my favorite moments of this whole game.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Okay, but anything surveillance possibilities?
So yeah, you guys can set up, and it's not hard to get set up back a little ways and take your parabolic directional microphone and train it on the house. It's and you could even pull on the street on the back side and and try to. There's no house directly behind hers, so you could kind of get an ear on it like that. Just roll down the window, hold the mic up there, see what you can hear. And something that you realize very quickly is that there doesn't seem to be the sound there's not the sound of a TV or anything like that. All of the lights are on in the house. It's pretty late at night. We're gonna say it's probably 10 o'clock at night at this point. Every single light is on. And as you are, you're sitting there, and I imagine we'll say Benedict's doing it. Benedict's got his headphones on. He's holding the mic up there, and you hear the sound of hammering, the unmistakable sound of someone beating something with a hammer. And it sounds, it sounds just someone what is she doing? Building a table in there? What's going on? You hear the sounds of and after a while, if you wait, you hear the sound of an electric saw, kind of crank up and then stop after a minute. Sounds like someone's doing
What's she
construction.
building in there?
Keeps the
I
audio
think Matt
to...
Dace
What's
made that
she building in
made that
there?
reference to the
I'm glad you picked up on it. It's a Tom Waits song.
yeah.
Gives the audio
Hilarious.
to Benji. Says, listen to this. Does this sound like metal? Does this sound like metal on metal? You know
Does it sound
someone
like
who
metal
works
on
with
metal?
metal.
She's inevitably building something horrible.
Does it sound clockworky to you?
Nothing.
It is.
Nothing about it. Well, okay. Make an alertness check.
Who's that?
Let's see. Whoever's listening right now. I don't know who it is.
Benji.
Okay. Let's see. Alertness.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have a good alertness, but here we go. Holy shit! Success. 15 under 29.
Nice.
You're listening, and it definitely, and furthermore, you hear the sounds of hammering and sawing, and Benji's it kind of sounds like someone working on wood. But then after a minute, you swear to God that you hear the sound of a jackhammer. It seems far away,
What?
but it sounds literally and you're like, is she? What is she doing in there?
You said it sounds far away?
It's in the house, but it sounds. But
Yeah.
it's for something so loud.
It's
it
probably
sounds
some
far.
fucking night floor shit. The room's bigger than what it's perceived to be on the outside.
I just automatically assumed shit was going down in the basement, like it always does in Delta Green.
What do you fellas think? Could we jam the house?
I think
turn
I'm on
off
a-
all the lights and then go in black.
I am going to
Black
say
Ops.
this: you guys get the impression that with all this noise going on, as you're listening, you think that if you were to enter the house, that anyone inside the house, that there's no way they could hear you
Oh,
if
okay.
you time it right, and you ease up on the house and wait for this time and to Jimmy open a door or something.
Sounds like a good
I
plan.
do want to.
I want to case the joint, just do a lap around the house, see how many entrances and exits there are.
Okay.
You can basically see, you guys can, from being on the street, but also because there are, this is a suburb, and now these are cookie cutter homes. And you get the impression that this house is the exact same blueprint as 3 houses down, and then 3 houses down from that space.
Yeah, where's that giant map? There's we already have it's pretty close proximity to another house, all desert except for the fucking golf course that's way behind it.
Right. Yeah. So there's a big open space between the house, because this house, her and Michael Whitwer's house, is right on the edge of this suburb. And then behind it is a big open area and then golf course. And you can definitely if you want to take a walk, it doesn't take long for you to see that basically it's a small house. And it looks like it has, it's probably a 2-bedroom house. and it has 2 entrances. It has a front door, and it has a back door to like a little tiny yard.
Well, that's funny because I happen to have 2 IEDs.
Yeah.
And yeah, Benji is gonna set up the 2 IEDs at the front and the back door.
Oh, really? And keep in mind, you have to be able to trigger these things.
Yeah.
Are they wired? They're both
Yes.
wired, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to be able to run a wire. We're gonna say it's probably. Actually, let me look at the. What's the kill radius on the IED? It's 10 meters, so we're gonna say that's probably a 30 meters of wire on each one to get you 3 times.
Okay, so we could probably run it to the van.
Probably.
Okay, I like this. So what I'm thinking, Benji, is that we roll up with the van real close. Not so close to be the blast proximity of the IED, but close enough to run the jammer and also have a place to fall back on.
But if we do the jammer, then might cut off all that shit she's doing in there, and we are like going into the house. Won't
It's
be
not
covered.
an EMP. It's a jammer. It jams wireless signal. It won't turn off power.
I forgot
Oh,
that.
okay.
As a player, I forgot that. As a human,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
What are
I
we
like
jamming
your-
then?
I like where your head's at, though.
No, it's not going to work. I was thinking if it was an EMP, I confused it. We're not jamming anything.
Okay.
We're jamming our own cell phone signals.
Yeah.
It's just
So you can't call
just
for help.
inconvenient. Yeah.
So wait, what's the are we going to try to black bag her, or were the IEDs there, or in case there's like a fucking clockwork thing? And
That's a good
we run out
question. What are you gonna do?
If she's in there, yeah, black bag her 100%.
Okay, and then the IEDs are just like last resort if there's a clockwork thing in there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Good plan.
Okay. All right. Well, Hank is ready to go in. He's got his AR, bulletproof vest, balaclava on.
Just the
I have a
whole
question.
thing. Yeah.
Do we have Gravedigger with us?
This stupid remote control car. Yes, I
He
do.
hates this so
I
much.
do.
Okay, it's mostly
I mean, it's
for
a logical-
emotional support. He carries it on the plane. He carries it around with him because it's
Right.
an emotional support creature at this point.
Oh,
But he
man.
doesn't want to put him in harm's way.
All right. So it sounds like you guys are getting suited up. You know, like if you guys
Yeah.
want to put on, you guys have like bulletproof vests and you guys have balaclavas. It sounds like you guys aren't fucking around. Like you're taking everything with you, like all the guns, all the armor,
Kitchen sink.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Flashbang.
flashbangs, everything. All right. Well, you know, guys, that's actually probably a pretty good place for us to go ahead and bring this one to a close for today as we get ready for you guys to go in, as far as I can tell, guns blazing
Reach
to
enter.
Damn
Ophelia
right.
Citri's house. Yeah.
We've been burned before.
She's probably just sitting on the couch, like knitting. Beautiful.
It's just really
Scarf.
loud knitting.
She's watching the DIY channel. That's what all this is.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, she's just watching Homes Under the Hammer, and you guys just come in there and just fuck her up. All right.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that was good though. I mean, like, I think that I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I think you guys did well. I think you guys did about as well as you could have in the situation. You know.
Cool.
It's kind of awesome meeting like a canonical Delta Green character. Like, I was a little bit intimidated.
That was a good scene.
Well,
it was a good.
Well, you know, the
series scene.
thing is, in the Agent's Handbook, it goes into pretty gritty detail on how both the program and the Outlaws operate, including canonical members of each conspiracy.
Hmm.
You know, and so it really gets into it. It's cool.
The fact that there's an Agent Alphonse that is like the beating heart of the organization is crazy to me. I've never. That's new to me.
She said he's the top of the triangle, so that implies there's 2 other head honchos, kind of.
I didn't catch that. Maybe.
Well, you know, there's
Maybe
A cell,
it's
and then there's you guys know of A cell, B cell, and C cell. So, you know, and beyond that are just the operational cells like you guys. So,
But you
Asa Darabandi. A-cell. Asa. A-cell. Asa.
you said that once before. Last
Did I?
last season.
This
yeah.
is how we. Here
I'm
lies
nothing
madness.
if not predictable.
Here lies madness, Days.
Yeah. All
But
right.
Joe, you played that beautifully. I was genuinely feeling a lot of pressure in that moment to talk to this fictional character.
Yeah,
to
me
be
too.
like respectful and shit when I didn't have any information otherwise. Well done.
Right.
I was like, I wanted to bang my head against the table. Like, I just got this nagging suspicion that we didn't ask. Like, what else could we possibly have asked?
But I think that, like, when you think about it from your character's perspective, here you are dealing with this, like, high uppy up, and, like, maybe you are a bit flabbergasted, but you're also so cautious about what you say because, like you guys mentioned, like, you don't want to end up with a 9mm retirement because you got exposed to the wrong shit. You know, like,
And there's Benji like scribbling out tunes with his air guitar, just totally innocuously not exposed at all.
I didn't say it, but the whole time I was picturing Benji as like trembling, like on the edge of like he hasn't had his hit because he didn't want to be fucked up for the meeting. So he's
Right.
like on the edge.
he's like got the pill bottle in his pocket and he's just kind of fiddling with it, like as he's standing there. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. If you're listening on the audio, if you're watching the VOD, and thanks for joining us today. This is getting thick. Like, I mean, like we are getting like off in it. Like I'm really liking this season. I really like where it's heading. If you like what you see, you like what you hear, man, come over and join the community. We're a few different places. We're on Twitter and, you know, Instagram and everything. But like kind of our headquarters is our Reddit. We're at r/greenboxgaming, no spaces. And there is the links to a lot of other stuff. Reddit and Twitter are where we post most of our stuff. It was like when updates get posted, when like announcements for that we're live streaming, that's where it goes, is on Reddit and Twitter. If you really like what you're hearing and you're like, man, I would like to hear this a week early, you know, and you'd like to support us, consider heading over to patreon.com/greenboxgaming_, no spaces. And consider becoming a contributor. It's only $3 a month. You can basically buy us a cup of coffee, and it just helps us pay to host the podcast. It pays for us to buy new operations for Jean to run, you know, stuff like that. So we really, really appreciate all your help. And much like last episode, while I normally would take this time to thank our wonderful contributors, I actually can't because Patreon is still down, which is super annoying. Wait, no, it's back.
Yay!
No, never mind. It's still fucked up.
Oh.
What a roller coaster! Joe.
Right. Yeah. But all of our contributors, we really appreciate all your help. It really helps. And
We do.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for today.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
handling
you,
it.
Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, and for our contributors on Patreon, we have we have Brad's character creation, which should be coming out soon. Be on the lookout for that. But besides that, I think that'll do it. You guys got anything? Any last words? Any last
That's enough.
non feces related words there, Dace?
This is
They normally
normally
have
when I
some
would come up
horrible
with
thing
something
to
just
say.
like obscene, but
Not this time.
you know what?
Don't
Not this
pressure 'em.
time.
No.
This is a special episode, I think. Let's keep it classy.
Keep it clean. All right. Well, thank you much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you next
Analingus.
time. There he goes.
All right.
We will see you next time. Stay safe and stay sane. Bye.
Adios.